So inquiring minds want to know, how did you sleep last night?
Well, let's just say you sleep light when you sleep in a parking lot.
Right? It's true. Especially when an 18-wheeler parks right next to you, right?
Yeah.
And that was kind of nice of him, considering at the time the whole parking lot was pretty much empty.
Is it still empty? What did it look like?
Pretty much still empty. There's a few more trucks in there, but yeah.
Yeah, and you left like 10 feet between
10,
the two of
15
us?
feet in between
Just
the
enough
two of
so
us.
somebody else doesn't come in between us.
Right.
But yeah.
I mean, at least he did that. He didn't get like right next to us.
Right?
Although the all night long, like every 5 minutes.
Yeah. So when you sleep in a parking lot, you sleep lighter than what you normally do, and I feel like I was in and out all night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, ready to finish the trip today?
I am.
Hopefully we beat the wind.
Yes. Go see my sisters.
Yeah.
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 Drink beer on her porch with Pete.
I can do that. All right, so I guess we got to finish getting everything packed up so we can go eat breakfast and get on the road.
Breakfast.
Breakfast.
Yes, I sound weird today.
Somebody got a little bit of a
We
hay
are
cold.
in California right now, and we're at my sister's house, and we are surrounded by full bloom oranges. So my allergies are like way up here. So
Kicking in
I'm
like crazy.
really sorry for sounding weird today.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Thanks
we did
to
it.
you, 1,000 subscribers. Got a drink.
Oh.
You can't cheers and not take a sip. So we wanted to really say thank you to all of our subscribers.
It takes all of you to get us where we are today.
We are doing it for the fun of it, and we're doing it to try and help you guys, because we know that there's a lot of interest in RV living and in the RV lifestyle and national parks and how-tos and things like that. And so when we first started our channel, that's what we wanted to kind of tap into, because we were doing a lot of our own research through YouTube on how does this whole lifestyle work, what kind of options are there, what kind of budget do I need to do it on, things like that. So we wanted to make sure that we provided you with those kinds of videos and that kind of information. And we're just happy that you guys have put the faith in us to hit the subscribe button and say, you know what, I like what they're doing and I want to follow them.
Hit that like button, make a comment, and let us know what we can do to help you also, and because we're going to just keep on moving forward.
Great.
Now, what are we doing this summer?
So I came up with this idea. We've been watching a lot of videos.
It's all about you.
It is all about me. So I came up with this idea because we've watched a lot of videos on harvest hosting and on Boondockers Welcome. So, as I'm running ideas around my head, and Alice and I are talking about our trip back east to the East Coast, and that we want to spend about a month doing it, I thought we would try Harvest Host Coast to Coast.
Yep.
We're going to do Boondockers Welcome too, but I can't come up with a cool little jingle for Boondockers Welcome. So if you think of something, leave me a comment below and let me know what would rhyme with Boondockers Welcome.
That's a great idea.
I was thinking about it just a minute ago, and I'm like, Harvest Host Coast to Coast is cool, but what goes with Boondockers Welcome?
Yeah.
So our plan is to travel all the way across the U.S. using Harvest Host and or Boondockers Welcome as our stopovers nightly, and in some cases for a couple of nights.
Yes.
We are planning a couple stops in RV parks because we want to sit still for 5 or 6 days while Alice works, and we get a little catch-up time in on us.
But 70% of our time is going to be done through Harvest Host or Boondocker Welcome, so we can make sure that we give you all of the information that you want. We're going to take video, we're going to see what they have to offer, all that fun stuff that people are really interested in.
Yep, and we're going to be taking the Southern Route 40.
Yep.
So if you know of any good Harvest Host locations or Boondockers Welcome locations that you did, anywhere between California and North Carolina, and then from North Carolina we're going
all
up to
the way
Maine.
up to Maine.
So leave us a comment and let us know what great Boondockers Welcomes or Harvest Host locations that you've stayed at, and we'll try and stop in there and we'll rate them and do a video. And so our weekly videos while we're traveling will all be about the Harvest Host locations that we stayed at, or Boondockers Welcomes locations, and what we did while we were there to try and give you an idea of what you can experience and what kind of expectations you should have.
And right now, we are choosing the Harvest Host places by their cool names.
Right? It's true.
So, and if Gordon wants a t-shirt from a brewery.
Right. Exactly. I want brewery t-shirts.
So we're looking at their logos and stuff and said, that's a cool logo. Let's stay there. So anything that you have is helpful, and then we'll see what we can do. We're going to take some side roads off of 40. Right. We're going to go on 40. We might go north of 40, south of 40, somewhere in that area, because Oxford, North Carolina is our destination at this point in time for June 1st. So anything in between is game.
Right, absolutely.
Game on.
And we're already kind of planning on spending maybe a week in Memphis or Nashville.
Somewhere in that area?
Because Alice has been to Nashville. I've been through Nashville. We wanted to spend a little time there, check it out, maybe check out some good food.
But they also have Graceland in Memphis.
Right, Graceland in Memphis. So, things to look forward to. So if you've got any tips or anything like that, again, leave us a comment and let us know what cool places you saw when you traveled that stretch of road, and maybe we'll be able to include that in our trip.
Yeah, because just remember that your comments don't only help us, but it helps all of our viewers, because they're going and they're watching these videos and it's like, oh, well, what about? Maybe I have a question on. Let's see if somebody else has asked that question and it's already been answered. If it hasn't, leave your question and we'll see what we can do to answer it for you.
The other thing that we're doing is, I'm not an Excel master by any means, but I do enjoy using the Excel spreadsheets. I am going to put together an Excel spreadsheet to track our trip and all the costs. And then we'll present that to you guys as we go along the trip, and we will also present that at the end when we finally wind this journey up, of how much we spent in gas, what kind of gas mileage we got from here to there, and any other expenses that we had. We'll try and break it down, give you a as much of a side-by-side comparison between Harvest Host and Boondockers Welcome as we can, and give you an idea of what we think is best, what we enjoyed the most, maybe what's more economical, things like that.
Yeah, because who knows? Maybe an RV park is more economical. Who knows? But we will find out.
I doubt that, but we'll definitely find out. Right now, I mean, just at face value, it looks like Boondockers Welcome might be best, but it really depends on what kind of experience that you want.
And locations.
Right,
Is
and
it
locations.
available?
And that's what makes having both a benefit.
Right.
Because what we're doing as we're planning our trip is we have both Boondockers Welcome open and Harvest Host open in the maps, and we're looking to see, okay, we're traveling here, what's available and what's my personal preference of what kind of place I'd like to stay at.
So we'll give you all the tips and tricks on how to plan a trip across the United States by using Harvest Host and Boondockers Welcome.
While we're here, we also had an opportunity to meet up with her older sister, Tracy.
Who's a fabulous quilter.
Right? And we sat down and went over some of our plans. I don't know if you're aware yet or not, as we have talked about it in one or two of our videos, but what we're going to do to journal our adventures and to collect is patches and different fabrics from every state. And we're going to have Tracy, I should say, not say have, Tracy's going to make a big quilt for us to represent our adventures. It will have our patches and all kinds of things like that. This is the first time we've actually had an opportunity to sit with Tracy and discuss it.
Yeah, so I'm trying to stay with this company because they're so vibrant. Their colors are so pretty. So I'm trying to stay with those. And every once in a while, if we went someplace that we really liked, we'll pick up an extra little patch.
Yeah.
This is the Best Friends in Utah. Utah's our big state. I kind of think that Utah is probably going to be the biggest state just because they have 5 national parks.
So we'll put a little bit of that video in because we're laying things out on the table, talking about patches, colors, and overall design.
Yep.
She's really good at it, and we really expect that it's going to take a while.
It's going to be like a 5-year project or however long to hit each state of the United States. And of course, we got the privilege of actually starting in Alaska, which is a very hard state to get. We won't get Hawaii because I'm not going to drive my RV across the ocean. I don't think it floats real well.
Maybe if we get the right tires on the truck.
Although we were there in 91, 92, we were in Hawaii, so it's not like we've never been there.
And it doesn't mean we still can't go. We just have to go without, maybe rent an RV or something.
Rent an RV?
We'll have to talk about that at some point in time. So if this is your first time here and checking us out, if you'll look like right over here, here's a video of a review of our past year that you can enjoy and maybe get to know us a little bit more. And I'll also include videos here of our adventures in Glacier National Park in Montana. How's that?
Okay.
Good enough?
Good enough.
Good enough.
Right.
Hit the like.
And we'll see you on the road.